Welcome all to this new video on arrays. In this video we are going to see how we can use arrays concept in C. So before going for array concept, we have to understand why we are using array. So whatever things that we have seen so far, in that we have seen that we can use variables for storing our data. Let us take one example. Suppose I want to store the marks of roll number 1. Suppose that subject is C, and I want to store the marks of roll number 1 of subject C, and suppose he has got 60 marks. So if I start writing program for that, it will be, the main program will be int main. In that I am going to ask the user for the marks. Okay, so in that I will be asking printf enter marks of roll number 1, and after that I will be using scanf to store my marks. Now the thing here is that for storing the marks I will have to use any variable. Suppose if I use variable a, so I will have to declare that variable at the upper side. So I'm going to use variable a, and the marks of roll number 1 will be stored inside variable a. Now this was regarding the roll number 1 only. Suppose if I'm dealing with more number of roll numbers, suppose roll number 2 and 3, so in that case again I'll have to use the same printf, again I'll have to use the same sentence for roll number 2, and again I'll have to use scanf. But for this scanf, because the marks of roll number 2 will be different than roll number 1, I will have to use another variable, and I will have to use another scanf for that, and I'll have to declare that variable as well. So this is the code for only 2 roll numbers. Suppose if I'm dealing with 70 roll numbers, I'll have to write the code for such 70 roll numbers. I'll have to write the declaration for such 70 roll numbers, and the code will become very large. So the problem here that we can see here is that even though I am repeating my task of printf and scanf, even though I am dealing with same data type variables a, b, you can see that a, b, c, whichever variables I am going to use, they are going to store the data type of integer. So even though I am using same data type, even though I am using same statements, I cannot use a loop here, because if I want to use a loop here, scanf cannot be used inside the loop because the variables are different. I can use it at the most for printf, but I cannot use it for scanf. So the problem here is that when in C we are dealing with large number of variables, we cannot go with the conventional method. We have to use something better for this problem. So the solution that we got was in terms of array. So what we are going to see in array is that for array is just like any other variable. So comparatively we are going to see how array is there in terms of C. Okay, so on left hand side I am having a regular variable, and on right hand side we are going to check, or we are going to see how array works. So in C, if I want to use any regular variable, what we do is, first of all, suppose if I'm writing my code int main, in that first of all I will declare that variable. So suppose I have declared my variable as variable a. Same thing that we have done here in this code as well, that we have declared our variables. Okay, so in regular variable, when I put this statement, when I write this instruction, what computer does is that in the memory of computer, whenever you write this statement, as we all know, in the memory of computer it will allocate you some space. So generally for integer variable the space is of 2 bytes or 4 bytes depending on the compiler, and it will give that memory space name a, and whatever next instruction you write, suppose I have written instruction a is equal to 10, in that case what computer will do is that it will store that value 10 inside that memory. So this is how a regular variable works. Suppose if I put another variable along with a, suppose if I am giving variable as b, Okay, so in that case again it will allocate some memory inside its memory, and it will allocate 2 bytes for it. It will give its name as B. Okay, so this is how regular variables work. But as we have told above, that when we are dealing with large number of variables for same data type elements, this approach is not that easy. This approach is not that flexible. So what we are going to do is, in array concept, we are going to study how we can solve this or how we can overcome this problem. So what C tells us is that rather than using different names for different variables, what we can do is we can use same name to indicate different variables. What I mean here is that, suppose in this above code, what we wanted to do is that our division is suppose E, and I want to store all the 70 roll numbers marks of subject C of division E. So I will require 70 distinct or 70 unique variables to store my marks inside this particular code. But this is not flexible. So in array concept, what C tells us is that if you want 70 variables of suppose type integer, just write the name by which you want to create those variables. Suppose if I want to create those variables by name E, so just write that name, and using that same name you can create 70 variables. Only the thing is that what you have to do is, at the declaration time, you are supposed to put one square bracket. Okay, so that square bracket will indicate, in that square bracket we are going to put the number of variables that we want for our program. So in this program, suppose I wanted 70 number of variables, so I have put 70 count there. It means that whenever I write this instruction, what computer does is that in its computer memory, it will allocate 70 distinct variables to your program. Okay, and each variable will be indicated with its special indices. It means that the first variable that will be created using this method, it will be named as E of 0. The second variable it will be created, it will be named as E of 1. Third, it will be as E of 2, and likewise it will create 70 variables. And as you can see, the last variable that it will create, it will be having value E of 69. The important thing that we have to understand here is that the variables do not start with number 1. Variables always start with variable number subscript number 0, and it ends with one value less than whatever size that you have mentioned. So what we write here at the declaration, this it's called as size of array, and whatever this we have created, this is called as array, and this E, this is the name of array. So the concept you can see it comparatively. On the left hand side I have written for regular variable, on right hand side same thing I have done for array. In the left hand side I have used two variables. Suppose if I had to use 70 variables, I had to use C here, D here, E here. Likewise I had to create 70 variables. Again 70 distinct spaces would have been created, but those will be random. You can see here that there is space in between these two variables. But when you are dealing with array, what computer does is that if you want 70 variables, you will have to write the subscript value or the size of that array as 70, and you can create 70 variables with same name. I have given same name for that variable. E is the name for that particular array, and I have written 70. It means that what computer understands is that user wants 70 distinct variables with same name E, but I want to distinguish between the various variables. So how you can distinguish is like you have to put specific subscript for that variable. Means that the first subscript or the first variable that will be created, it will be having name E of 0. The last variable that will be created, it will be having name E of 69. So in between all the variables will be created.